Oh, it's amazing to be back at the world's greatest technology conference. Let's start this up with a big thank you to Mickey and the Slush team. If I could, on a 3 count, have everybody say 1, 2, 3, Slush, okay? Let's go 1, 2, 3, Slush! Okay, we could probably do better, but I'll let it go this time. Hey, this is our 3rd time back. It's amazing to be able to tell an impossible story that continues and gets better year by year. Bruce, when he was up here before, Mr. Ambassador, was talking about breaking the rules, talking about being a challenger, talking about innovation, talking about doing things differently. Throughout the Jolla story, we have been told we are on an impossible journey. We are told that we are sailing. Jolla is a small boat in Finnish. We are sailing into unknown waters among some of the greatest sharks in the world. And I'm really pleased and proud to be able to tell you how we've done it. So first off, we were a brand new startup 3 years ago. We had worked for Nokia in the past. We had been creating products, mobile devices, our whole lives. So over the course of 3 years, we were able to hire 128 exceptionally talented people. The lesson to learn about hiring people is if you are not hiring someone who is smarter than you, then you are the dumb one. We were very fortunate that we were able to not only hire people who were the highest talent in the world, but they were also coming to us. We learned a great deal about diversity. We have a huge amount of diversity in the company. We are a little less than half Finnish, but bringing people from all over the world into our company, whether they sit in Finland with us or not, or whether they sit in Hong Kong in one of our official offices or not. Bringing diversity has helped in order to shape the company that we are and to help make us successful. Also, diversity by having women in the workforce. 22% of our workforce is women. This is about double what you find in a typical engineering organization. We're also a very young organization, so at 33 years old, it's about 10 years younger than the average, of course, technology corporation. But the wonderful thing is diversity brings so many new ideas and so much innovation into our company. We have managed to open offices in 3 different locations, in Helsinki and Tampere, and we've also managed to open an Asia-facing office in Hong Kong. So being able to have this kind of global spread, this kind of global organization, has enabled us to be able to reach customers, reach investors, reach people all over the world, and be able to open new markets all over the world. It comes at a cost, though. We have learned the hard way that there are tiers above platinum in frequent flyer packages all over the world. 2 of our founders have hit nearly half of the airplane hours that we're showing up here. That is a lot of time in the skies, mostly sitting in economy. But this kind of lesson to learn is that if you want to take your startup to the next level, you should be global. In creating Jolla, we were not a typical company, a typical startup in a couple of ways. One was that we had been creating products our whole lives, and we had a great deal of experience there. The other was we had a great opportunity to have financing. It came a little at a time, like cooking a risotto. You add just enough in order to be able to get to the next period of time, and then you have to prove yourself once again. But we were able to attract 30 million in primarily angel financing without going through venture capitalists. The way that we were able to do this is by showing what we were capable of step by step. Every step along the way, we're showing that we have more, Mr. Investor. From the previous round, now we have created more. So we did the math on how much time we have actually spent, and about 35 man-years were created, or were used in creating our Jolla phone. This is what we created together. It is hardware and software innovation. It is a brand new operating system called Sailfish, and it is a new hardware called the Jolla phone. Our Sailfish operating system, 350 features that we have created, but most importantly, people started buying this phone end of last year, and we have created a software update every month. We show our customers that there is value. If you invest in a Jolla device, you are actually taking the journey with us. You can actually contribute what kinds of features that you would like through our portal called together.jolla.com, and we continue to deliver. So every month, more features are coming, and are enriching the experience that you get by buying one of our devices. Along the way, we fixed about 13,000 bugs. Industry standard for our lines of code would be a bit more than double that. So by having the best people and really being able to hire well, we were able to actually create a product very quickly and have essentially half of the kind of hassles and problems that you would normally have. Expanding globally. In the last 3 years, we have managed to get, well, actually in the last year, we've managed to get into 250 retail shops with our Jolla device. We've opened 10 online stores, including one that we have opened ourselves and hosted ourselves. And we've managed to hit 34 countries so far with our device and our story. This is what it looked like November 27th of last year. There were people who lined up around our entire Kamppi Square. They stayed up, some of them all night, in order to come and buy the first Jolla devices. Other companies, there's one company in the world that's known for doing this, and we didn't do any tricks here. We didn't do anything special. We just invited people, would you like to come? And they came and they waited. And this young man, Henry, our first one, bought the very first Jolla device last year. He got a rock star treatment, and I think he deserved it because he stayed up all night and stood all day to be first in line in order to buy the first one of our devices. There were hundreds of cameras taking pictures of him and articles all over the world. Thank you, Henry. We love you, and we love everyone else who has purchased one of our phones. Thank you. We opened our own online store, and we were able to take orders from all over the world. And it's been quite an experience to not only have to create a product, but also have to create a logistics chain, create an order pipeline, create the ability to fulfill those orders from point of purchase to receiving the payment, to making sure that they get the device, to making sure if they have any issues with the device, that we can help them and we can serve them and we can make sure that they are a happy customer. It's just this one part, this one slide is an amazing amount of journey that we took just to get to the point to be able to sell Henry or anyone else a device. And we got noticed. And the news in Finland was with our dear partner DNA. We outsold the iPhone. We created the device in 6 months with 128 people that outsold the iPhone on one time. We also got our Sailfish operating system this year up to our 1.0 level. So we had to release as soon as we could at beta, and we got up to the full production level. And we got noticed all over the world that not only were we able to do this, that we are in the big leagues. They're talking about us with a company called Ubuntu, who has been making operating systems for many, many, many years. They're talking about us along the lines of a company called Mozilla and Firefox that is now also making an operating system for mobile devices. And we were able to do this just with the passion, startup, and breaking the rules. We got to Mobile World Congress this year. The previous year, they laughed at us. On the news at Mobile World Congress, the world's largest mobile conference, they looked and they said, this is 100 guys. What can they possibly do? We went back this year, and they were not laughing anymore. They saw what we did. We showed them, and they said, wow, we remembered you last year, and we didn't really think we'd ever see you again. And here we are with our device and our independent mobile operating system. Oh, thank you. So we created it, and what did we do? We went out into the world, and we were able to open in markets. We had, as a startup, how can you possibly do this with 100 guys? Well, another way you can do it is by partnering. So we went to mobile operators, we went to distributors all over the world, and we showed them what we have, and they believed in us. That's the most important thing, they believed. So then we were able to open in, as a first example, Hong Kong. So one of the greatest operators in the world, 3, part of Hutchison Group. They believed in us. They wanted something different for their customers. They wanted not just another Android phone, not just another Apple release. They wanted something brand new, and we brought it to them. In case you didn't know, there was this burning platform story, and that's actually where the rescue boat Jolla sailed away from. But we were overwhelmed in Hong Kong with the response. We had news articles all over the world. This is our chairman, Dr. Antti Saarnio, getting overwhelmed as soon as we got off the stage with questions about, what are you guys doing? Where did you come from? How could you possibly do this? Why we didn't know before? And the fans came. So we had an experience event that night where it was the largest event from from Operator 3 other than iPhone 4. So we got into serious big leagues now, and we got serious fans, young people who were very interested in what we were doing and who believed in what we were doing. We also opened a retail store of our own in Kazakhstan with a partner. So we were actually able to get bricks and mortar for a Jolla flagship store. And we got to sail to India. And when we get to India, we had a partner called Snapdeal. We had fans coming from all over the country, and they couldn't wait to see what had happened. Now, one interesting story, both in Kazakhstan and India and Hong Kong, we had people who had made pre-orders in May of last year. They waited for a year, and they came, and they very proudly and happily picked up their Jolla phone. It's absolutely astonishing. So with our partner Snapdeal, we had once again a fantastic launch event. And we have just opened a market in Russia. So now what we have managed to do, in 1 year, we launched a smartphone. We have opened it in markets all over the world, all over Europe, Asia, China, Norway, Switzerland, Russia, Kazakhstan, Hong Kong, with 128 people and actually a sales staff of 3. We have an online person and 2 boots-on-the-ground sales staff. Thank you. Mikko, Taru, and Irina, thank you. Along the way, this was the bread and butter. So those guys who spent 3,000 hours in the airplanes and gave out tens of thousands of business cards. They had at least 500 scheduled partnership meetings, and that doesn't count the ones that were done on the fly and didn't make it into their calendars. Absolutely amazing what a couple of our founders especially were able to do to get out into the world and to get the Jolla story out there. And the other interesting thing is, like at Mobile World Congress this year, every mobile operator in the globe, every original equipment manufacturer in the world came to see what Jolla was doing. They said, we've heard of this now, and we've seen what you can do, and we want to know, we want to see more. Absolutely amazing. So this is some of the partners. I'll talk about a few of them. Of course, F-Secure, greatest security company in the world. Nokia, one of the greatest clothing companies in the world. We have been able to scale with companies like Tieto and Digia so that this 128 people, when we talk to a partner, we are not just one small company. We are a technology alliance based in Finland. We've also been able to partner with companies like Lastu, who just stepped up and said, hey, we know you might be a small volume business at the beginning, but we want to make accessories for you because we believe in what you're doing. We've been able to partner with SSH in order to bring more security to the world, more security to mobile. Privacy is very important to Jolla. Your data is very important to Jolla. We have pledged not to sell it all along, and now we're really making it real. We're also tightening it and making it more secure. So this kind of alliance that we have now created around us, it's not just about Jolla. It is about the future of mobile. It is about independence in mobile. It is about not just one large company who is dominating the space or 2 large companies who are competing to dominate the space. It is about an alliance of companies who all have the opportunity to not only create new business, who also have the opportunity to create new innovation by working with our platform, which is open and available for contribution from anyone from a company to an individual. Thank you. So then, about the story. So when we look at the news articles and the television spots and things, we realized this year, actually the number is closer to 3. Half of the planet has heard or had the opportunity to hear the Jolla story because of the newspapers and the media that we have been able to get into, just by honestly being ourselves and telling our story and saying, this is what we're doing, this is what we believe in, and we've been able to hit basically half of the world with our story. It's amazing. This is one way that the media looked at us, this tiny little boat in between two of the largest ships in the world. But importantly, this is the way a lot of other media looked at us. My mother's so proud. I was on the cover of the New York Times, just talking about Sailfish. So we have taken this dream that business executives have told was impossible, that people all over the world have said there's no way that they can do it. And not only have we done it, but it has been recognized and it has gotten all the way around the world. There's another thing that we were able to do. So a great partner, Rovio. And we made a launcher, not just another Android launcher. This is the kind of innovation that we are talking about by building partnerships and building an alliance around openness. So we were able to take not just another Android launcher, we were able to take our Sailfish experience, our brand new, fresh user experience, partner with Rovio, and we were able to create something that provides benefit for them and provides benefit for users. People can experience their Stella game in a brand new way, and they can also do it in a brand new way thanks to the Jolla launcher. Thank you. I really wasn't expecting all of this applause, but now I've got something else that I would like to show you today.
Jolla is here to change the tech world into a better and more open place. In only 3 years, Jolla's developed an operating system called Sailfish, hired over 100 people, and designed a UI which is unlike any other. We've put our hearts and souls into Jolla, and the great news is the hard work is paying off. We're now selling in 31 countries and counting. Come on inside. I have something new to show you. Now it's my pleasure to present to you plans for our next product, the Jolla tablet. At the moment, it's just a dream, but we want to make it a reality. We want the tablet to be people-powered by the Jolla community. You tell us what you want, and we'll do everything we can to make it happen. Your tablet is powered by open-source software called the Sailfish. The Jolla tablet's display is as high-end as you'll find today. You're going to love it. We believe functional is beautiful, so the front of your tablet doesn't have any unnecessary buttons. The Sailfish operating system works with natural hand movements via gestures. The multitasking on the Sailfish operating system shows all your running apps conveniently in one single view. You'll be able to change the look and feel of your tablet to match your mood with the ambiance switcher. Please support our campaign. Join the Jolla movement. Join our community. Let's show the big companies that independence, innovation, and people matter. But it takes money, and we need your help. Jolla is completely different than any other company you could support. We're powered by people. All of our customers have a say in what goes into our products. Please help us make the Jolla tablet and make it yours. 1, 2, 3. People powered!
So now if you could all join us, innovation, startup, creating new things together, it's all about people. So if I could ask you to stand up, get out of your seats, rise, please. And on 3, we're going to say people powered. 1, 2, 3, people powered. Thank you.